Hey guys, it's August, and welcome to my 1 year anniversary video. Yes, a year and 5 days. The video's a little late, but a year and 5 days ago I started my first ever LP of System Shock 2. And since then I've done 12 more. And I thank you all for all the support you've given me, whether it's by commenting, liking, favoriting, subbing, or even just watching a video. I really, really do appreciate it. Now, I was thinking about how I should do this video, and I decided that I'll start by talking a little bit about myself, since I haven't actually really introduced myself at all. My name is August, as all you guys know, but my real life name is actually David. I'm 20 and I live in Australia. I love games. I've been a gamer all my life. I'm a fan of most genres. Like, I like adventures, I like action, I like RPGs, and all in between. And one of my goals, like all my life, was to write walkthroughs. Because the idea of helping people, showing them new strategies for something that they've always done one certain way, and for finding new strategies out myself, it just really, really appealed to me. Except, one thing that I found out was that I don't really have the patience to write walkthroughs out. Especially, I actually did write one out once, and it was for Kirby's Air Ride on the GameCube. It wasn't really a walkthrough, more a guide about how to use the different vehicles. But I don't know what happened. I submitted it, but I think I might have submitted it in the wrong place, and it just didn't go through at all. So yeah, that was interesting. But I have tried writing a longer walkthrough for an RPG, but it just took way too much time, and I just did not find. I do not have the patience to do it at all. But anyway, a few years back, I actually got involved in the YouTube community. And one thing I actually found when I was on YouTube was Let's Playing. My friend actually introduced me to it, and I think my first person I ever subbed to was Mangaminx, the horror LPer. And since then I subbed to other people like Slim Kirby and Chugga Conroy. And I realized that doing Let's Playing is pretty much an awesome way of doing walkthroughs, because it's so much more engaging than just writing it down. And you can really have a great time, because people can leave comments, they can like it, they can tell you things. It's exactly what I always wanted to do, and it just suited me much more than actually sitting down and writing a walkthrough out. So, about a year ago and 5 days, I started my first ever playthrough of System Shock 2. It was pretty bad. The playthrough wasn't bad itself, but because it was my first one, it had really bad graphics, and and I was also using Fraps, and my computer doesn't have much space on it, so it kept getting to a point where Fraps would just make the video quality terrible, so that it could actually so that it could actually store more space on the computer. And it was pretty funny. But System Shock 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and so it seemed to be a perfect opportunity to do. And overall, the playthrough actually went really well, despite the quality and stuff. There was only really one point in the playthrough which kind of failed, and that was towards the end of it, where if anyone's seen it, towards the end, I pretty much have to go from one place, do something, and then go to somewhere else, and continue on to the game. But I forgot the first thing I had to do, so I had to backtrack a ton. And then I went back to the other entrance, and I realized I still hadn't done it yet, so I had to go back and do it again. And I ended up cutting it all out, but it was so stupid, I can't believe I forgot. But other than that, the playthrough was really fun, and it has a lot of views, so I'm very glad about that. It is, like I said, one of my favorite games of all time. But anyway, while I was doing that, I also started a new series of projects, which I called the Weekend Project, which didn't last long at all. I think it lasted for 3 projects, so it wasn't that big, but it did, but through it, I did create one of my most viewed playthroughs, and that is of Super Punch-Out. Super Punch-Out for the SNES is a really fun boxing game, and I'm surprised about how many people loved the videos. I don't know if it's because, I failed so much at them, because although I do love the game, it has been so long since I played it that I really had no idea what I was doing. I knew the strategy that the opponents were going to do, and I knew how to counter them, but I just didn't counter them well enough. And in the final boss video, which I believe is 700 views or something now, I got absolutely smashed to bits. It was so painful to play because but each time, I got a little better, and I eventually brought the guy down. But it was just so, it was It was pretty funny actually to like watch it back now because I'm like, what are you doing? Why did you attack? Why did you dodge? It is really good. On the other hand, I also started one of my least viewed projects, and that is of Donkey Kong Country, which I love, and it hurts so much to see it so low. But looking back on it now, there is so much wrong with that project. Like, I actually had a bit of an issue with it when I first recorded because for some reason, if I recorded like 15 minutes in a row, the sound would get distinct. And I have the same problem with when I'm recording Game Boy Advance games, but I found a fix for it. And I tried the same fix for the SNES, but it just didn't seem to work. So I'm not sure. But other than that, the project could have been better. Like, I pretty much went through it just by itself, and then towards the end, I went and got all the bonus areas I missed. And looking back on it now, I should have, just got the bonus areas after I finished a level. Like, after I missed them, I should have just gone back and got them straight away. And also, in World 4, I think. Is it World 4? It's the Glacier level. The levels with snow in that, for some reason, it slowed the recording down like hell. And, well, it was actually fine for me. I didn't even realize it was an issue till I made the videos. But, like, when you actually go back and watch them, it's really laggy. I guess it must be too much going on for the game to handle. But it's still, like, I think it turned out pretty well, but I can understand that it doesn't have the views that some people might, like, hope for. And I hope maybe I'll redo it in the future. It is a game that I would probably like to redo once I've actually, worked out how to fix the details. Maybe get a better computer, that could help. My computer is pretty terrible. But anyway, after those two, I actually started on another series that I love, which is the Mega Man Zero series. And to be perfectly honest, Mega Man Zero is actually the first time I ever actually played a Mega Man game. I still haven't played any of the original Mega Man games on the like NES and stuff. And I've played X1 briefly, but that's about it. I have played some Battle Network games, but I don't know, they're not really my thing. But Zero, on the other hand, is my thing, and I love that game. And that is another classic example like Super Punch-Out, where I knew what I was doing, I knew what the enemies would do, but I failed so horribly. Although, for anyone who wants to see like a really like awesome part of that series, watch what is it called? It's called Protect Factory. At the start of that level, you fight a boss called Phantom, and the first time I actually did that level, it was actually at like the start, like as soon as it got released, because the level really sucks. And I was like, maybe I should do it first to get out of the way. And so I did it, and Phantom killed me about 3 times. And then I died like 3 times at the end of the level, and I was like, screw it, I'll just get rid of this all and I'll redo it later. And so it was actually like the last level of the main set I did. And I was expecting the worst, but as it turned out, the fight with Phantom was so awesome. Like, I almost didn't get hit once. It was so friggin' cool. And after that awesome fight, I proceeded to die about 5 times on the rest of the level. But I was like, no, I can't get rid of this recording. I'm keeping this recording no matter how much it sucks. So yeah, and I was actually, that's one episode which I wish I had commentary on because I was laughing so much whenever I died. I was like, what are you doing, you idiot? But if you watch it, you'll understand. Like, the rest of the level has like all these like bottomless pits they can easily fall into and die. And that's the main reason I had so much trouble. Especially because there are all these things trying to knock you in there. But that is one playthrough that I would recommend watching because it is really fun. Especially that episode. But after that, I actually moved on to another game which I love, which is Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga. That was the first time I actually did an RPG on my channel, and it actually turned out pretty interesting. I think it could have been better, especially because it didn't have commentary. It did kind of suck at parts, but overall, I think it was still turned out really well. I actually went back later on and added annotations for each of the bosses to give a bit of info about them. But I did show off most of the stuff in the game. I do love it. And I was able to, I think I was able to give it justice. I might actually go back and redo it one day. Because, like I said, I think it would have been better with commentary. But it was still really interesting to see how it turned out. After that, though, I actually started on another series I love. I told you I love most genres. Which is the Kirby series. and I started with Kirby Superstar, and that is for the SNES. I almost said Superstar Ultra, which is for the DS, but excuse me. Kirby Superstar is a what's the word? Compilation? Oh god, this is this is so embarrassing. Composition? Is that it? Is that it? It's just a bunch of Kirby games that are stuck together, and each of them you can play. And you can each do like they're all different. Like one you have to collect treasure, and the other you have to like board Meta Knight's ship, the Halberd, and another you have to raise King DD for food, or King DDD rather. And that actually turned out to be really, really awesome. I also had the same issue I had with Donkey Kong Country where the sound got desynced, and I still haven't figured out why. But I actually found out a fix. For that I just pretty much recorded 5 minutes at a time. And in the end, I got a pretty awesome LP. I do love Kirby Superstar, especially Meta Knight stage, like Revenge of Meta Knight. That's probably the high point of. That's probably the high point of that thing. That's that's probably the high point of the playthrough. I mean, that or the arena. The arena is pretty much an area where you fight like 20 bosses in a row, and that's the first time I actually ever beat it, and it took me about 5 tries. So I only kept the recording. I only kept the winning one though, so don't worry about that. After that though, I actually started what I would personally say are my two best playthroughs on my channel: Zelda the Minish Cap and Advance Wars 2. I'll start with Zelda because that was actually a very unique playthrough for me. In Zelda the Minish Cap, I actually did annotations like I was the main character, like I was Link. Because, well, the main character's name is actually August. But whenever something would happen, I would put an annotation like, whoa, wait, what was that? Or hey, come back here. Or something like that. Or I'm so confused, where do we go now? And although I also added like annotations in the corners showing, what was going on right now and well and like my personal strategies like for bosses and stuff. The most of the playthrough is actually from the point of the main character, which was actually very unique. And to be honest, I haven't actually finished doing the annotations for it. I stopped a few months ago, like after I finished the playthrough, and I never got back to it. I'm about The playthrough is about 40 episodes long, I think. I'm about up to episode 30 for annotations, so hopefully I can go back and finish them one day. But that playthrough is still really, really awesome. And it's one that I hope gets a lot of views in the future. There are one episode in particular, like episode 13 or something. It's called Of Earth and Claw. I don't know if it's episode 13, but I don't know if it's episode 13. It might be 14 or something like that. But it has so much freaking views. Like, I don't understand why. Like, it's a boss fight, but still. But whatever, I'm happy. I'm happy if people enjoy my videos, so yeah. But on the other hand, I also did Advance Wars 2, which was a very, very time-wasting project. I did so much time doing annotations for that. Because I pretty much showed annotations for every match showing how to beat the bosses. I mean, not how to beat the bosses, how to do levels, how to use COs properly, how to, like, info about the map. I did everything. And that project has probably got the most views out of anything on my channel. Well, except for the top 10 I did ages ago. But yes, that project has got a lot of views, and I am so proud for that because I put so much time and effort into it. So to see it get recognized and like enjoyed by people, I am so, so very happy. And yes, it is one that I would recommend for anyone who enjoys strategy games at all. Like, it is definitely a good playthrough. Excuse me. I have my classic drink of water here, like every other LPR. I'm not actually a really big fan of water. I would prefer to drink Coke or something, but I'll do. It is currently like 11 o'clock in the morning, so that's why I'm not drinking any Coke. I do have some in the fridge, but I'm going to save it for later. Anyway, after that, I actually started another series, which I love. That's going to be like the, I should put like a love counter in the bottom corner. Like NCS does. I love NCS, for anyone who watches him. He's a very awesome LPer, and a pretty big inspiration for me. After that, I actually started Metroid Zero Mission, which is a remake of the original Metroid that was on the NES. Zero Mission was actually the first Metroid game I ever played, and to be perfectly honest, the playthrough I did for it was actually the first. It was actually the first. What's the word? It was the first time I did a 100% run of it. Like, I'm serious. I'm not really a 100% sort of guy. Like, I do it occasionally, but most of the time I'll just play through the game and get like 80 or 90 and then, be done with it. But I actually went out of my way and actually found like all the 100% secrets. And I have to say, some of those are really freaking annoying to get. Like, I don't know how in hell they expect you to get that without a guide. Like, a lot of them involve like spine sharking, which, for those of you who haven't played Metroid, spine sharking is like you get a boost in the game called this. You get an upgrade in the game called the speed booster, and if you run fast, you activate your speed booster and pretty much run even faster. And you can like press down to like chart, like hold on to your charge, and then you can like press A in a direction to fly in that direction, pretty much. And you have to do that to get some of the upgrades. And it is actually really, really tough to do. And some of those, I had to do about maybe like 10 or more takes for some of those things. Like, I just had to do it over and over and over until I got it right. And I had to look up, videos on YouTube, and like I had to read guides and stuff, and it was terrible. Like, maybe I could have actually, maybe I could have actually like, tried to like do it myself, but I actually had no idea what some of these upgrades were. Like, I would find out where they were on the map. They might be behind a block or something, but I would have no idea how to get them. Like, there's one in particular. I don't know what episode it's in, I'm sorry, but it's either in episode 6 or 7, I think. And I go around, like, collecting all the upgrades I've missed before I fight, like, the big evil boss in the game. Or one of them, at least. And I go down to Ridley, and there's an upgrade there, which you have to like run across like this bottom passage, and then you have to jump up like these steps, and then fly across. And then you pretty much have to like do this like really weird sort of maze puzzle sort of thing and get to like this upgrade. And that took me about a million tries. I'm not even kidding. It was so frustrating because like each time, like I would be like, should I keep this recording? Should I try some more? And eventually got to the point where I was like, if I try it 3 times and I don't get it, I'll just scrap the recording and try again. And I must have gone through about maybe 8 recordings or something. It was ridiculous. It was really, really stupid. But in the end, I got it, and I am proud. Anyway, after that, I started another Kirby game, which is Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland is the first Kirby game I think I ever played, and is one that I love. I think it's a remake of Kirby's Adventure. Is that right, guys? For the NES, and that game is really, really awesome. I have actually got 100% on that though, and I actually got all the secrets on my playthrough as well. So if you're interested in finding where the secrets are, just watch my playthrough. But that game is a lot of fun. It is kind of a shame that they took out a lot of the upgrades. Like, my favorite Kirby upgrades are Parasol. Like, I love Parasol. Cutter, which is awesome in Kirby Superstar, but in like every other Kirby game, it kind of sucks. And Yo-Yo, which was also in Kirby Superstar, but wasn't in um Nightmare in Dreamland. And also Mirror. I love Mirror, and that was also not in Nightmare in Dreamland. All my favorite upgrades. Too bad, too bad. Anyway, but yeah, that was a really fun playthrough. It turned out well, so go check it out. After that, I actually did a playthrough of Mega Man Zero 2, which, to be perfectly honest, was actually my least favorite game in the Mega Man Zero series, and I was like, oh my god, do I seriously have to do this game? Because I do not want to do it. In the end, I was like, what the hell, I might as well do it. I want to do 3. 3 is my favorite, so I have to get 2 out of the way. And to be perfectly honest, I actually had a lot of fun with 2. Like, I pretty much got a new appreciation for the game just from recording it. Like, I I don't know what else to say. I had so much fun with it, and I'm kind of glad. Like, I'm kind of glad that I got to the point where a game that I thought was the worst in the series ended up being one of my favorites. I don't know if it's like, better than 3. 3 is still a really awesome game. But yeah, it is definitely a really good game. And I would recommend it to anyone. Although it is friggin' difficult. Just watch my playthrough if you want an idea of how tough it is, and you'll get a good idea of how tough it is. And anyway, after that, I actually started Super Mario World. And that, I know I just said it, but Super Mario World was a game that I had so much fun with. The last time I played Super Mario World was maybe a few years back, and I have played the game a few times, but it was long enough that I had no idea what I was doing in the game. Like, I knew the first world, and I knew the second one kind of, but I just forgot what happened after that. And so there was so many times where I would die, and I would get stuck, and I would just no, excuse me. And I would just laugh because I had no clue what to do. And especially the later episodes where I just died like a million times. And I kept it all because it was so fun. And I love that game now. I can't believe how much I enjoyed it. Especially because I was kind of like expecting, when I first decided to do it, it was kind of like a spur of the moment decision. Like, it wasn't one that I would really like planned out in advance, and it wasn't one that I expected to, go all that well. Like, I thought, I'll play this game, it's gonna be fun, but it's just gonna be another playthrough on my channel. But Super Mario World seriously turned out to be one of my favorite, like one of the best playthroughs I've done. Just to due, due to how much I enjoyed the game. And I would recommend anyone to go watch that because that seriously turned out really, really well. And I really enjoyed it so much. However, after that, we started the project that never ends, Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. I love Fire Emblem, but I think I've decided that it will be a very long time before I actually do another Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones turned out well, but it just took way too much time. If I ever do another recording of a Fire Emblem game, I think that I'll actually do it. So it'll be a very brief sort of thing. Like, I'll do it maybe while I'm doing like another project, and the other project will be the main thing, and I'll only upload like the Fire Emblem game a few days a week because it just requires so much time. Like, when I play Fire Emblem myself, right? Because I've played the games like so much, I just kind of skip all the cutscenes and I just blast through it. But because I was doing a playthrough of it, I had to show all the cutscenes. I had to show my unit makeup. I had to take things slowly. Plan strategies out. Like, I'm a lot more risky when I play just by myself. Because I normally play on an emulator because it's a lot quicker than playing on the actual Game Boy. And I just hold speed down the entire time. That's how I get through it so fast. But I can't do that on recording because I don't actually know if it works or not. I haven't actually tested speed out, but even if it did work, I wouldn't do it. It's not very. What's the word? It's kind of dishonorable, I guess. To wait, is that the right word? Well, whatever. You guys get me. And so yes, that game took a very long time, and especially if I died and had to repeat things, it just got really frustrating towards the end. And the reason I say the project that never ends is because it's not even finished yet. I still have to do the extra videos for it. But those will come soon. They will come very soon because I'm actually taking a 2-week break from here on, and when I get back, I will be starting 2 new projects as well as the extra videos. The main reason I'm taking a break is because it's been a long time since I've had one, and also it's been what am I thinking of? I have a few things I need to hand in for uni which are due, and they're due in this week and the next, and I really need to work on them. Because I get distracted easily. Like, when I was recording Super Mario World, I would be like, I could do work, or I could record Fire Emblem, but I'll record Super Mario World. That's why, if you actually go and have a look at my video list, you'll see occasionally there'll be 2 episodes of Mario World uploaded together, and in the post I would have been like, oh, I have no time to record Fire Emblem today. Wink, wink. Upload Super Mario World. Yeah, but yes, I do kind of need to take a break to do some uni work. But when I get back, like I said, I'll be doing 2 new projects. And I'll be doing them with commentary. I'll be giving it a shot. Hopefully I can keep it a running thing. The time I have to actually record with commentary is kind of limited. I only have maybe 2 or 3 days a week where I can actually record commentary. If I'm just recording regularly, I can, just have it playing in the background, any time I want, pretty much, because I don't need to worry about talking. But let's just say that the house I live in, well, I live with my dad, and he like watches TV all the time, and my computer's out in the TV room. So if I talk, then it would kind of just annoy him. That's why I can only do it when he's not here, and that's either when he's like at work or something, or when he's like out on the weekend or out somewhere else. So yeah. But yes, I will be doing two new projects, as well as the extra videos of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem will probably have maybe 7 or 8 extra videos. It's going to be a lot. In the game, there's actually two areas. One's called the Tower of Valny, and the other is called the Ruins of something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you go through each of those areas after you actually beat the game, you can unlock some things like bonus characters and excuse me, and some other stuff, and I'll be going through those. I also want to show off like some other extra stuff in the game, like sound modes and all that. So yeah, I'll be uploading that. I'll also be uploading a game that I know very well, and that is Donkey Kong Country 2. Since I'll be doing commentary, I decided to do a game that I know very well, so I can actually, not fail. Like, there will be plenty of fail games later, but I kind of want to get used to commentating before I actually, go to any of those. So yeah, I'll be doing that, and the other game I haven't actually decided. Like, I may end up doing a fail game after all, just to, have, fun with it or something. Or I may do another game I know well. Like, maybe I'll do like a Kirby game or a Mario game or something. I haven't actually decided, but so the second project is still open, but I will decide by the time I get back. So that's really everything I wanted to mention. Once again, thank you all for all the support you've given me over the year. Whether it's by watching a video, liking it, favoring it, subbing, anything like that, I appreciate it so much. And I hope you stay around for my channel for more projects in the future. I'll also be trying to do some new stuff, because now I have commentary, I'll be trying to do some co-ops with some of my good friends. I'll also be trying to do some newer games. The main reason I've been kind of restricted with my games, is that I don't really have a good computer. Like, my computer's about 5 years old, so yeah. So I've been kind of stuck with what games I can do. And I haven't actually found any good capture cards. There are a lot of console games that I would like to do, but I don't really know, how to get capture cards. If anyone has, a good one that they know about, then give me, write it in the comments, and I appreciate it. I actually looked online, and there's actually one at JB. That's JB Hi-Fi. I don't know if they're anywhere else in the world, but I assume they are. But, that was $160, and I was like, what? I remember NCS saying that he bought some for, 60 or something, so I don't know. But yes, I will be getting a new computer soon, so I will be able to do newer games. And when I get the time, I want to find a capture card. Well, when I get the time and money, I want to get a capture card so I can record some console games for you guys. But once again, thanks for all the support you've given me, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later on, when we do new projects in the future. See you guys then.